Hello, we've got a nice full body Pilates class today with the option to add weights to your workout if you want a little bit more of a challenge. When you're ready, we will hop onto the mat and you can start by just taking a nice deep breath in, arms up, and a long breath out. We're going to gently fold forward and then just bend and straighten the knees. Drop the head. Take the arm to the one side and then squeeze up with the shoulder blade, looking up towards the roof, really twisting through the spine. And when you're ready, over towards the other side. Squeeze back with that shoulder blade, nice deep breath in. And when you're ready, fold forward again, slowly roll up, one vertebra at a time. Deep breath in at the top, arms over the body. Folding over towards the left and over towards the right. Nice deep breath in and a long breath out. Good job. When you're ready, we can take our weights. We're going to start at the side of our mat, core nice and tight and weights at our shoulders. We're going to step to a side lunge with the opposite weight going towards the floor and the same weight rowing backwards. Squeeze back there with the shoulder blade, side lunge, opposite weight to the floor, and step back. Keep going at your own pace. Make sure you've got a nice flat back, squeezing back with that one shoulder blade. Good job. We're going to hold here, both weights towards the floor, row back the weights, extend the arms at the back, bend and back down to the floor. Showing from the side, we're going to squeeze back with those shoulder blades, extend the elbows, bend and right back down. Make sure you've got a nice double chin, your back is nice and straight, and your core is nice and tight. Really sit back with their bum and get a nice bend in that knee. Keep going at your own pace. Row back, squeeze, extend the elbows, bend and right down. Keep going. Well done. And then last one, we're going to keep our legs wide apart, side lunge towards the same side, reaching the same arm up towards the roof as the opposite arm goes towards the floor. Make sure you get a nice twist in your spine, core stays nice and tight, looking up towards your weight, and you should really be feeling your upper back and your upper shoulder working. Keep going at your own pace. Well done. Last one. And then we're going to go right over towards the other side. Core nice and tight. Step into a side lunge as the opposite weight goes down to the floor and you're rowing back the same weight. Side lunge, weight towards the floor with the other weight rowing back. Keep your core nice and tight. Keep that nice straight back and squeeze back there with that shoulder blade. From here, we're going to hold in this position again. I'm going to show from the side, core nice and tight, row back, extend the elbows, bend and right back down. Make sure you've got this nice straight back, keep that nice double chin. If you're doubtful about your back, rather look at yourself in the mirror and make sure you've got a really nice table flat back. If you're tight in your upper back, you might have a little bit of a curvature, but you really want to work on squeezing those shoulder blades back and getting into that extension range. And then lastly, we're going to stand in a wide stance, core nice and tight, side lunge over to the same side, opposite arm towards the floor, and the same arm is reaching up towards the roof. Core nice and tight. Keep that nice flat back. Really squeeze back with the shoulder blade. Make sure you're squeezing with your shoulder blade and not just throwing back your shoulder, so that you really can work in that range of your upper back. Core nice and tight. Keep going. Alright, from here we're going to take the one leg and we're going to go into a high knee with a shoulder press. Keeping the high knee, we're going to do 2 punches and then we're going to lean over, extending the leg back into a half warrior 3. Good. So high knee, shoulder press, hold there 2 punches and then weights towards the floor as that leg kicks back. There is the option to rather hold onto a cupboard or to something and then just kicking the leg back and coming back into a high knee. Make sure your core stays nice and tight. This is a lot of balance, so you may lose your balance as you go. Just keep focusing on the movement and move slow and with lots of control. You're going to start feeling your foot cramping. You're going to start feeling your leg burning. Really try and move slowly with the movement. Just shake it out if you need to. Keep going. High knee, shoulder press, 2 boxes, and then weights towards the floor as you kick back with that leg. Really squeeze up with that glute. Then last one, and then from here we're going to keep that leg back there, core nice and tight, touch down and squeeze up with that glute. Make sure it's only your leg moving. Keep going, squeeze with that glute. And then from here we're going to keep there, holding the leg back if you can, otherwise just have your toes towards the floor, and we're going to squeeze back, rowing with the weights. Squeeze at the back and down. Make sure you've got a nice double chin. Well done. That leg should be on fire. Just shake it out and then we're going to go right over towards the other side. Good job. Alright, we're going to go right back into a high knee, core nice and tight. High knee with shoulder press. At the top, 2 punches. And then lean the weights down to the floor as that leg kicks back. Squeeze up with that glute. Use your big toe to grip onto the floor. High knee, 2 punches. And squeeze back with that bum as you reach the weights down to the floor. Keep going at your own pace. Alright, last one. And then we're going to lean down, hold there, and then just up and down with that leg. Squeeze through that glute, grip onto the floor with your toes, and have a nice soft knee at the front. Nice double chin, straight back. And then lastly, we're going to hold there and just row back with the weights. Core nice and tight, squeeze back with the shoulder blades. Well done. That leg should be on fire. Just kick it out. And then we're going to put the weights down for a second and step back down into a down dog. Heels all the way down as far as you can, leaning through those shoulders, bum into the air. You can gently move your neck left and right. Just take a nice deep breath in and out. We're going to come onto the floor. And then we're going to take one weight. In a plank position, we're going to pull the weight across, do 2 small push-ups, and then push back into a down dog. Back to plank, pull that weight across, 2 small push-ups, and right back to a down dog. Keep going at your own pace. If the push-ups are a little bit difficult, you have the option to just go down onto your knees. Keep the core nice and tight. Well done. Last one, we're going to go back into a down dog. And then we're just going to take a nice quick child's pose. Nice deep breath in through the nose. And a long breath out. From here, we're going to go into a 4-point kneeling position. We're going to have the weight on the same side as we are kicking back the leg. So core nice and tight, weight in the left arm and left leg step back. Then with that weight, you're going to just shoulder press forward and squeeze back with the weight. Keep that core nice and tight, keep everything else in line. Option to rather do this in a 4-point kneeling position if it's feeling very off balance. Keep going, keep squeezing back with that shoulder blade. Alright, from here we're going to take that weight up to the roof. Open up of the pelvis and then down to the floor. Have a nice pivot in the bottom hip, core nice and tight, soft elbow on the other side. Open up with that pelvis, weight to the roof. Try to look up towards the weight and all the way back down. You should start feeling the bottom bum burning. Well done. And then we're just going to keep up there, core nice and tight, and then knee to elbow crunches and kick right back out. Keep going at your own pace. Option to rather go down to the floor and just do knee to elbow crunches on the floor. The bottom bum should be burning. Everything should be burning by now. All right, last little bit. And then we're just going to go down to the floor. On the same side, core nice and tight, lifting up with that glute as you kick out, push out with the arm, and right back down to the floor. Kick out with the leg, push out with the arm, and drop the bum. Last little bit, that bum should be on fire by now. Well done. Let's just take a quick butterfly pose to stretch out that bum. Nice deep breath in, fold forward, and a long breath out. Okay, from here we're going to go on to the other side. So core nice and tight, weight in the right hand. We're going to have the weight in the right hand, right leg kicked out. Watch your balance, and then the weight is just going to shoulder press forward and squeeze back with that shoulder blade. Make sure you've got a nice soft elbow on the other side, push forward and squeeze back. Option to do this in a 4-point kneeling position if it's feeling very off balance. Good, and then we're going to take that arm up to the roof, open up the pelvis and back down to the floor. Try to really pivot on that bottom hip, open up with the pelvis, up to the roof and back down. Alright, then we're just going to keep that weight up there and then elbow to knee crunches. The bottom bum should be burning. Alright, and then we're going to sit back down onto the left side, core nice and tight, and then kick up with the right leg, push up with the right arm, lifting the glutes, and then everything back down. Good job. And then we're just going to go into a butterfly position just to stretch out the bum. Nice deep breath in through the nose. And a long breath out. Okay, from here, we're going to take the weights again. We're going to be on the right knee with the left leg out to the side. Core nice and tight, weights at your chest. We're going to have an oblique lean towards the bent knee, so towards your right knee. Rotate towards the floor and then back up to center. So lean, rotate, back and center. Lean, rotate, back and center. Make sure you've got a really nice oblique line, like almost as if you're leaning against the wall. So just move in that oblique line, rotate, back and center. Keep your core nice and tight. You don't have to go as far into the movement, rather focus on keeping the movements precise. And for this last one, we're going to keep in that leaning and we're just going to keep on with our rotations. Core nice and tight. Your obliques should be on fire. Nice. All right, we're going to stay here, core nice and tight, weights at your shoulders. Then we're going to lean over with the body to the bent knee, up with the arm, up with the leg, and then shoulder press back up at the top. So lean over, kick out that leg, and then shoulder press at the top. Last one, leaning over and then back to center. From here, we're going to keep the weight at our shoulders, lean back towards the ankle and then come right back up. Back towards the ankle and right back up. If you're struggling with your knees, you don't have to go as deep into this movement. You can just do a little bit going back and then right back up. Really squeeze up with the glutes. Okay, last little bit. We're going to put the weight behind the leg that was out to the side, so behind your left leg, into a 4-point kneeling position. Core nice and tight, make sure you squeeze that weight, otherwise it might fall. And then we're going to go into a push-up, elbows down to the floor and up with that leg. Core nice and tight, squeeze up with that bum. Make sure your elbows are tucked into your side, heading down to the floor. Lean down with your chest, not with your head. Squeeze up and back to center. Last one, and then we're just going to hold 4-point kneeling, knee up to the chest and squeeze back just with the glute. Core stays nice and tight, back stays nice and still. It's just the glute squeezing up and moving forward with that knee. Keep going, your hamstrings should have activated by now and they should be a little bit on fire. And then of course, little pulses, hold at the back and squeeze of that glutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, squeeze up there. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well done. That leg should be on fire. Nice child's pose, nice deep breath in through the nose. And a long breath out. Okay, let's head on over to the other side. So core nice and tight, weights at your chest. We're going to kick out now with the right leg on the left leg. And then we're going to lean towards the left side, core nice and tight, leaning into the oblique line. Rotate down to the floor, rotate back up and up to center. So lean, rotate, rotate back and up to center. Keep going at your own pace. For the last one, we're going to keep there and then just keep doing rotations. Stay in that oblique line, core nice and tight. Back to center, weights at your shoulders. We're then going to go all the way down to the floor on the bent knee side, up with the arm, up with the leg, back to center and shoulder press at the top. Leaning over and shoulder press at the top. Nice, we're gonna stay at the top, weights at your shoulders, leaning back towards your ankle, squeezing up with the glutes again and shoulder press at the top. If you're struggling with your knees, don't go down all the way, just have a much smaller movement. Really squeeze up with the glutes when you come up. Well done. Let's go back into a 4-point kneeling position, having the weight behind the right knee now this time. Core nice and tight, elbows tucked into your side. We're going to go into a push-up position, kicking back with that right leg, squeeze up with the glute and back down. Elbows tucked into your sides, leading down with your chest. Really squeeze up with the glute and squeeze the weight. Last one, and then we're going to keep in a 4-point kneeling position, core nice and tight, squeezing back with that glute and knee to up to your chest. Make sure your core is nice and tight, your back is not moving, it's just coming from your glutes. Have a nice squeeze on that weight as well. And then last little bit, we're going to hold up there, squeezing for pulses, squeezing the glutes and squeeze the weight. Nice, well done. All right, let's just quickly go down to child's pose. Nice deep breath in through the nose and a long breath out through the mouth. And then last little bit, we're going to come onto our backs, legs in a tabletop position and weights pushed up above the head. Core nice and tight. Make sure your rib cage is pulled all the way down. We're going to take a deep breath in and then lower the weights over your head, keeping your rib cage down. And as you come up, small crunch. Keep a nice double chin, really roll up. If it's very easy, you can just kick your legs out and do it with straight legs. If it's struggling, keep the legs in a tabletop position, or you can take your feet down to the floor into a crook lying position. Core nice and tight, arms over above the head, and small crunch at the top. Make sure you're lifting up with your rib cage and not leading the movement with your neck. Right, last one. You can keep the weights there, or you can take them back a little bit, and then we're going to bicycle out the legs. One leg down and switch. If it's difficult, you can put your one leg down to the floor and then just bicycle one leg out at a time. 5 on the one side, 5 on the other side. Keep your core nice and tight. You shouldn't be feeling it in your back. Keep your back pushed down into the floor. Last one. And then we're going to have straight leg raises and one down and switch. Keep your back down into the floor, core nice and tight, rib cage pulled down. If it's feeling very difficult, you can do one leg at a time. You can also make it a bit easier by bringing the weights a little bit more up above the head instead of backwards. Up. You can bring your knees into your chest, just have a nice quick deep breath in and a long breath out. And then last little bit, weights back to the roof, core nice and tight, straight legs up, and then we're just going to take one leg out to the side and back to center, and then alternate towards the other side. Make sure your hips stay in the same position, core is nice and tight. You're not pivoting over to the one side, it's just the leg moving, even if it has to be a smaller movement, or option to just bend the knee. Keep that nice double chin. Keep the weights right above your body. Nice, knees back to your chest, just take a nice deep breath in through the nose. You can put down your weights and a long breath out. You can gently rock from left to right if it feels comfortable on your back. And then we're just going to lower with the one leg and then bring the other knee over to the one side, holding onto that knee, and opposite arm is out to the other side. Nice deep breath in and a long breath out. Let's go over to the other side, throwing the knee to the other side, holding on with the hand, and other arm opens up to the side. Really try and push that shoulder down to the floor. Nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, we're going to do a nice bum stretch. Put that one leg over the other and pull the knee to your chest. Option to do a nice nerve glide to just straighten that leg and pull those toes up towards your face and back down. Make sure you've got a nice double chin and that you're lying down on the bottom of your head and not on the top of your head. Good job. Nice bum stretch on the other side. Pulling that knee to the chest as you cross over, and an option to do a nice nerve glide, straightening out through the knee, pulling the toes towards your face and back up. Let's come up into a butterfly position. Feet together, opening up through the knees, nice straight back, light double chin, and just lean gently through the hips. Keep taking nice deep breaths in can gently move your neck from left to right if that feels comfortable. Let's step back into a down dog. Ankles nice and down, bum into the air, and just lean through those shoulders. Deep breath, gently move your neck from left to right. And when you're ready, you can just walk your hands towards your feet. Stay in a fold forward position. You can bring your legs a little bit wider apart to a wide stance. And then we're just going to bring our hands over towards the one ankle. Really pull into that stretch. Nice deep breath in. Over towards the other side. Back to center, stay there. And then hands behind your back, really pull away as far as you can. Keep that head down and gently move your neck from left to right. Really slowly. Last deep breath in, and we're going to just gently roll up one vertebra at a time. Whew. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had a good workout. Have a lovely day.